An early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Dalton here from the gun, and Eifert has it. Tyler Eifert, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, 81 yards, and the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. First down, Kaiser. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Kaiser looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. Still fighting for more. 23 yards on the play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. 2nd down following the incompletion. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And some space here. A good pickup there at 22. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Seth DeValve, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Charles, we got a second here to discuss Cincinnati as their offense works their way back out there. Marvin Lewis, many thought on the way out, but now a 2-year extension. And it's 2 straight years without them being in the playoffs after 5 straight in the playoffs. Were you surprised that Marvin Lewis was given the extension?
I actually was, because he was at the end of his contract. And I thought that was a natural end point for he and the Bengals, especially since, as you framed it, back-to-back years without the playoffs, back-to-back years of 7 and 9. But getting the 2-year extension tells me.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And this is going to be incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go. Red 38.
From the red zone now, Kaiser. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there from 19 yards away. And the Browns have taken the lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're talking just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Red zone opportunity. On the toss, Mixon. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he puts it through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. On the run, this is Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Here we go.
Kaiser on first down. Coleman has it here right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Kaiser on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns have moved out in front. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns add on to their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Gets around him. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 1st and 10 for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Browns offensively getting ready to take the field again. If you take a step back, Charles, last 2 years for the Browns, 1-31. Worst 2-year stretch in the 98-year history of the NFL. Everybody knows that story. And the playoff drought at 14 years. Where does this franchise turn?
It's one of the great questions because I was on the record last spring that their draft looked about as professional a draft as you could have. 3 first-rounders, all of them became starters for them when you think about it. Myles Garrett at defensive end, Jabril Peppers at defensive back, and David Njoku at tight end. All of them contributed. It looked like they were making progress. They've just simply forgotten how to win as an organization, a franchise, as a team. That's the number one thing. Get a win. Get 2 wins, and maybe they can start to turn this thing around.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll come out in the pistol. Kaiser just getting the play off. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Second down, Kaiser on the move to his left. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Carlos Dunlap able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Kaiser, 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Let's go! 1, 9.
And he's got room. The 20. And now running right through it. 34 yards there and a first down.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They go play action. Kaiser. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Following the interception, Kaiser, he's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's Kaiser. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They'll throw again. Kaiser. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And that'll make it third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Third and 2 for Dalton. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. A big third down play there for the Bengals. 43 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a Turkey Bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to let it go deep. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now a toss going left. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Browns. 44 yards. Final minute now of the third quarter. Play action now. Kaiser. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Kaiser flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go.
Kaiser yet again. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. Now a toss going left. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the two-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their two-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Jordan Evans coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. Play fake. Kaiser. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now they'll bootleg it with Kaiser. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll throw here. Kaiser. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Come on, let's go. Right 38.
On third down, Kaiser steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Pass incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Second and 10. Dalton once more. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And Eifert has it. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. They go play action here on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. Good move at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for the Bengals. 46 yards. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now, the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll run it with Jackson. And some room to run now. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go. Right at 38. Right at 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Right at 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Kaiser here looking to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Now it's Jackson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Now Kaiser. Dancing to his left. Muscles him off. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He's back to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. It's do or die for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.